Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Couch Potatoes podcast. And I just turned British. How are you today, Corrupted?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Trivia. Alright,
Yes.
I gotta stop talking like that. There's been times where I'll talk in an accent, and then I'll just keep talking in that accent the whole day, and it gets annoying. So I gotta stop doing that. Alright, what is there to talk about? It's been like 2 weeks. 3 weeks, I don't know how long it's been.
I don't think it's been 3.
I don't know. It's been a few weeks since the last episode, and a few things have happened since then. Like, a couple new consoles came out. I don't know, that's all I can think of. Some news regarding a certain game that people think is only going to be on Xbox, but I have further proof it's going to be on PlayStation.
Besides the fact that they already said it was going to be on
Dr. Pepper's good.
whatever.
Are we talking about the same game here?
Titanfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So for anyone that does not know, the co-founder of Respawn tweeted out saying that the first Titanfall will not be on PlayStation, but the rest of them will. So I don't know what more confirmation anyone needs that it's coming to PlayStation. Which is what I said in my video. I said the first one probably won't be on PlayStation, the other ones will. That guy at EA that made that statement, I said he's using tricky wording, and I was right. And I can apparently talk today.
It probably Microsoft or someone from like Xbox or something probably tried to get Titanfall as an exclusive just so they could push out the Xbox as much as possible, try to get more sales.
Yeah, PlayStation's kind of killing them in sales at the moment, so
I don't know. Xbox needs all the help they can get at this point.
Yeah, a little bit. People think Xbox is doing well, and it's really not.
Like, oh my god, Xbox just tied PlayStation with sales, even though they only went out in 2 countries.
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Yeah, PlayStation 2 countries, Xbox 13.
Like, seriously.
I don't think there's much celebrating to be had about that. And also, I read an article that Xbox has lost Microsoft about almost $3 billion in the last 10 years. And they don't make profits on it, so...
I thought Xbox was outselling PS3, like, in total.
It was, but I think it costs them more to make the system than what they sold it for, so they just lose out on money.
And they didn't even make it a good hardware type. They just made really good software for it, but the hardware, like... Yeah. Slim, the new kind of Xbox was basically an old time PS3 because what they did with the newer Xbox 360 is that they made it silent and they made it like
huge,
more powerful, stuff like that. But yeah, they basically made like an old hardware PS3. But like nowadays they're probably both silent and both can do whatever.
The thing that I don't understand is that PlayStation's like on par with them, or not on par with them. PlayStation like isn't doing bad in terms of not making profits and stuff. But the thing I don't get is Xbox has always charged people for Xbox Live, and they still don't make a profit. When PlayStation, my god, I cannot talk, is just now charging people for online play. So in the last few years, PlayStation hasn't charged people, and they can do just as well on sales and making money.
The profit depends on how much Xbox is willing to spend. Because if they're overspending on Xbox like stuff, like they're just throwing money away. Like if they expect to get a shit ton of money back based on things like small things they do to Xbox.
Well, they already screwed themselves over with Xbox One because they make you pay for Xbox Live to even access their features. Like Netflix. Like you already pay for a Netflix subscription, and then you have to pay for Xbox Live to even use it.
Well, it's not like Sony's doing it that much better. I'm pretty sure they were reporting losses also, but maybe not as bad as Xbox, but...
Doubt it. Because there's a rumor going around that the guy who might be next in line to be Microsoft CEO is thinking about dropping Xbox from Microsoft.
Yeah, who was the people that wanted to buy it? People like
I
I think
heard Samsung was
Samsung. I'm
the
pretty sure there was
front runner.
another company that I was like, if they bought it, they would do so well with it. Who?
I heard Samsung, Google, Apple, or Sony. Three of which
Why
are
would
very
Sony?
unlikely.
Why would
Unlikely.
why would Sony want to buy Xbox?
Because it'd be funny. Just think about it. They'd have no more competition.
Yeah,
There's
but
the rivalries between Xbox and PlayStation. Like
if
Nintendo
Sony
is
if
not
Sony
even
bought Xbox, they would just kill it off.
probably. I
They
mean,
would
yeah,
just
they would,
like
but
they would probably um, recall like every Xbox One and like, okay, Xbox is over. Give me all the games, give me all the systems, and play PlayStation for the rest of your life now.
they'd probably give you like a certificate or something. Like bring in your Xbox One and trade it in for PS4
Probably.
instead. I don't think Sony would buy them, but it would be really funny if they did. The only problem with them buying it is they would have no competition, and I think they would end up raising prices on stuff, which wouldn't be very good. But if Google bought it, that'd be horrible.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh yeah, that's yeah. Google. That's what I was.
You think it'd be good for them?
Um.
I think it'd be horrible.
Well, considering they've kind of ruined YouTube when they bought
Exactly.
YouTube, so I
Like,
don't.
look at
I
all the
don't.
years Google's been with YouTube and how much they ruined it. Just think what they would do with Xbox.
I'm not saying YouTube is a bad thing because it's actually probably one of the. It's the site that I visit pretty much every single day. But like, it's a good site. Like, I'm not saying it's terrible, but it could be better.
Hmm.
Especially since they ruined the comments and they basically also ruined the sub boxes
Hmm.
also. And I don't know, like I liked the sub boxes when they were like they showed all the uploads for like for that day or that week or something. Those were a lot better because you actually knew what your YouTube like your people who you're sub to were doing instead of just showing one video like every time they put one out.
Yeah.
You couldn't see what they've been doing, and I don't know
How many channel layouts ago was that?
how many what
20? Like
how many
channel
what.
layouts. Like how
Oh
long
yeah,
ago was that?
how
I
long ago
remember
did
when
they
you had
change?
one sub box and everyone you were subscribed to was just in that box. It was just like a cluster of videos.
Yeah, and now they're also gonna try to change the like system to like +1 or something like that. I don't know what that is
Yeah.
exactly, but whatever.
I love
But
YouTube, but they're fixing the wrong things. Like they need to work on sub boxes more than the comments. I mean, who was complaining about the comments before? No one. Like they
no
were
one.
fine. And now you look at the comments and you got Bob and his army of tanks and attack choppers and stupid Bob. But it would just be
Anyway,
funny if like it said you can't log into your Xbox Live account until you link with your Google Plus page or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah, exactly. I
I
don't
don't.
know
I think
if,
Samsung would buy them.
but yeah, well, I don't know about Samsung, but it's possible.
I don't think Xbox or I don't think Microsoft will drop them, but
They're
I
not
just
going
thought it
to.
was interesting that people were bringing it up. That it could happen, but I don't think it's likely that it will. It would be funny though. I think it'd be funny. I think that's why, since they don't profit, since Microsoft doesn't profit off Xbox, I think that's why they can't afford to get Titanfall as an exclusive, because they just can't pay them. If you, if Microsoft paid EA to make it a full-time exclusive, they'd break even at best on the game, because they would have to pay EA Sony's half of what Sony would have made. So say Xbox made 100 million off Titanfall, Sony would make just as much. It would sell just as well on PlayStation. So then Microsoft would have to pay EA Sony's 100 million, and then they would like break even at best. That's why exclusives are dumb. I don't like exclusives. I like them, But I wish everyone could play everything. Because I don't know who has the money to buy every console in the
You
world
know what would
and
be better though?
stuff. Hmm.
Be better is if all the companies that made consoles all combined to make one great console. That way you don't have to worry about, oh, is that game going to be on my system? I don't know. Is it? I don't know. No, it's not. Fuck. Now I can't get it. And then, like, it'd be better if all the companies like Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, and the Steam box and what's the other Oasis or whatever the other one?
The Oya or
Yeah, whatever.
uh,
That one too. And if everyone who made a console just combined to make one great console, like Microsoft could work on the software, Sony could work on the hardware, Nintendo could work on making good games that people like Zelda and Mario and all that stuff. And like everyone could just make a great console. That would be like the best day when it comes, if it comes ever. Like that would make the gamers extremely happy because they would only have to worry about one console. They don't have to worry about buying games for that one console.
that thing would
So
be expensive, but it'd probably be worth it.
it would be because then you could probably, if they did that, they probably could make a console that is as good as an average or above average PC. Like if they did that, they could do that, but they don't want to because they would just want to have the money for themselves, and the competition just gets retarded. And I don't know.
Well, I think that's what they need to do with the next consoles.
Yeah, they're not. It's gonna take a while before they do that.
But they need to, no, like they need to design them to where you can customize them.
Oh,
Like Sony designs the PS5 in a way where it looks like a PC case or whatever, and you can switch out the processor and graphics card and stuff. And then Sony could partner with like Nvidia or something and their graphics cards, and then Sony can make profits and their console would be powerful. I don't know.
mm.
I don't know. PC will always be stronger, but I don't know. All I know is I like panda bears and Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper's good. How you like Dr. Pepper?
Yeah,
What's your favorite soda?
Dr. Pepper.
That's your favorite soda?
Yeah,
Oh, well, that was easy.
and Mountain Dew, of
There
course.
you go. See, if you didn't say Mountain Dew, I'd fly to Sacramento and slap you.
Oh, thanks for telling them. Anyway, so
Okay,
let's
I know
see.
your
Are
real
we
address, so
good for you? It's not like you're gonna waste a couple $100 just to come over here and slap me. Anyway, anything else about consoles we need to discuss or games?
um, I don't think so. Not at the moment.
Okay, so let's see. Um, did you hear that Paul Walker died yesterday?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Even though his pretty much his only movie that he's known for is Fast and Furious.
But they're good movies.
I've never seen one.
Really?
Really?
You've never seen a Fast and Furious movie?
No, I haven't.
Man, you gotta get on that.
I don't care about him.
I like them. They're not very
Was
realistic, but
exactly.
I mean, which one was it? The fifth one? They're pulling like a giant bank safe on the back of a car. Like the safe had to weigh like a few tons, and it's not ripping the bumper off a car. I mean, parts of it are incredibly unrealistic, but I like them.
Yeah.
I think my
Wasn't he
sister
in?
died a little on the inside because she had a crush on him, but it's whatever.
She did.
I think every girl had a crush on him.
I doubt it.
I don't know. I don't know. Who else died recently? I don't know. Me? Didn't someone else die?
Um,
Maybe I'm just
not
crazy.
sure.
I don't know. Everyone dies. Except for me. I found the fountain of youth. I can live forever. Oh, let's see here. I have some weird stories.
Go
Or
for it.
One is disturbing and gross. One is stupid, and the other is still pretty stupid. So which one do you want to hear first?
All of them. Let's go from whatever's first.
Okay, so the creepy, disturbing one. This happened in Germany, so
Okay.
you already know it's going to be weird.
Yeah.
A police officer was arrested after allegedly killing and eating a man he met on a cannibalism website. The victim was 59 and had fantasized about being murdered and eaten by someone else since he was younger. That's Germany for you. That is,
That is gross.
let me see here. Oh my god, let me find a good paragraph. So yeah, there's apparently some website where you can talk about cannibalism, and they met each other and he killed them and ate them,
What
and
did that guy think when he said, "Oh, let's meet"? What are we gonna do? I
no,
got
like
some
they wanted it to happen.
ideas. I don't get it. That's retarded.
Says they did not know each other personally. The agreement was that the killing should take place immediately. The suspect then used a knife to cut the throat. Okay, I'm pretty much done with this story.
Yeah, let's go next.
Thanks, Germany. Keeping everyone frightened since, probably since ever.
1940, no,
First the
1939.
Nazis, and now cannibals. Couldn't you guys just be happy with David Hasselhoff? Like, God. Next one. Xbox One Day 1 Edition sells on eBay for €300, but it's just the box. Amazingly,
Oh my
not all of these
god.
sellers hide the fact that it's just an empty box in the small print. Box only, no console. And people still bought it. Pretty sure this was in Europe somewhere.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. People did
Well, it says
like,
euros, so it's not
yeah,
here.
euros. 300 euros is like,
I'm pretty sure that's the same as $300.
no, it's not. It's definitely not. Euros are more than dollars.
I
It's
thought they
like
were the
that's like,
same.
no, they're not the same.
Pretty sure.
No, they're not. Here, I'll
Then
type it
how
in.
is the PS4 $400 and €400?
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Or is that just not equal? I don't know. I just know the dollar sucks.
Hang on, currency converter. Oh wait, wait, what?
€1
300.
equals 1.36 US dollar. So the dollar is
So
more than the
it's
euro.
$407. 300 euros. 407.
Wow. Okay, so wait. So if the PS4 is €400, then it's actually $500 equivalent.
400 euros is 543 dollars.
Wow.
So yeah,
I
the
think it's
euros.
cheaper here. Huh, whatever.
Oh well.
I want to move to Singapore. I heard like 1 in every 6 households is a millionaire, so those are some good odds, if you ask me.
I don't know.
So yeah, people paying $400 for a box, which is great. And the last story that I have, and I'm pretty sure this is in America, because I don't see why it wouldn't be. A man sold his left testicle for $35,000 to buy his dream sports car.
Who would buy that?
By what?
The testicle.
I don't know. Actually, I'm just reading the title. I should probably go more in depth on this one. Uh,
Hey, I got another death that we might talk about, maybe. Celebrity death.
what you got?
Do you remember that the guy who played Vernon Dursley in the Harry Potter franchise, the one who was the stepdad for Harry Potter,
Nope.
the big fat guy?
Nope.
No, you never watched Harry Potter?
Big fat guy with like the long hair and beard?
No, that was Hagrid.
Oh, well then no. I only saw like the first movie or so. I don't
Anyway, whatever.
watch it.
A guy from the Harry Potter movies died at age 65.
Today?
No, in May.
Oh.
These are from the year celebrity deaths.
Oh.
I'm looking through them. Okay. Oh, do you remember that? Do you ever watch that 70s show?
Nope.
Seriously? What the fuck is
What?
wrong with you?
I don't know. I've seen it, but it's just I heard people say it's funny, but every time I see it on TV, there's no funny parts.
I don't know. Anyway,
Like my attention span
for
is.
those who do watch that 70s show, the person who played Eric's sister, Topher Grace's older sister, Laurie Foreman, died earlier this year. She was only 43 years old.
Wah, wah, wah.
She died in her sleep at a rehab facility.
So a druggie.
Yeah, it was a druggie. Who else?
Brian Griffin died.
Oh yeah.
People
Yeah,
are actually sad about that.
people.
I guess
I
it
don't know.
doesn't. I don't care because I don't watch the show, but I guess for the hardcore fans, it might be bad.
Like people get ran over by cars all the fucking time in that show, and he obviously, I don't know. It was funny. Like it's just stupid. Of all the people to kill Meg. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, it's
about
just a
that.
cartoon.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did the Roadrunner like get or Coyote get like hit by an anvil or something?
Well,
I mean,
that's not an adult show. That was a kid's show. Of course, no one can die in that.
you don't know. Those could be clones. That could have been a burp. But I could be wrong. I have a good question.
What's that?
What's your biggest fear in life?
My biggest fear.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest fear.
You can't tell me you're not afraid of something.
I'm trying to think of my biggest fear.
Spiders,
That's not a huge fear.
hairy armpits. Like,
That's easily remedied by a trimmer. Anyway, let's see. Biggest fear. What about you? Do you have one?
yeah, black people.
Oh my god. Don't tell me you're serious.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I probably rustled a few jimmies with that one. I'd say if we're talking about the ground, it's spiders. If we're talking about the air, it's heights. But that was a joke. But there's always going to be one person that doesn't understand a joke, which is fine. So are you seriously not afraid of nothing?
I'm afraid of plenty of things. I'm just trying to think of the biggest one. It's a tough question.
You're such a liar.
What are you talking about?
You can't think of one.
What? I got plenty. I want to. You said the biggest fear. You didn't say name all your fears.
Okay, well, I didn't think it was that hard to choose.
It is that hard to choose. I'm guessing. I think it'd be dying. Maybe not dying, but like. Trying to think. Dying alone. I guess it'd probably be my biggest fear.
I think a lot of people would say that actually.
I know. It's not exactly fun to die alone.
Depends on what you're doing.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know. You're not afraid to die though? Like at all?
Well, yeah, but like dying alone would make it just worse.
So a lot of people say they're not afraid of death, but I think they're liars.
If you point a gun at their head and just with no bullets and you shoot it, they'd
Yeah,
probably shit their pants.
yeah. Like no one's gonna be like, just do it. Well, unless they're suicidal.
Actually fill the gun with blanks and see what happens. Shoot it at their head. That'd be hilarious.
Like, how did I survive?
I was gonna say something.
I'd be afraid to die. I think I'm more afraid of
Oh,
what happens after death, though.
I got another one. How about um, what is the what do you think is the worst way to die?
Uh, Being lit on fire.
That'd probably be the most painful. Definitely.
Yeah, it's probably the worst. I mean, I would think the most
That doesn't
painful is
make
the
it the
worst. In my head, it does.
Just because it's the most painful doesn't mean it's the worst.
Well, if you want to get like more in detail, probably getting like ripped apart wouldn't be very fun.
Or like
Getting your arms and legs
crushed by a
ripped off.
steamroller. Watch all your guts and blood go up to your head and just explode at your head or something.
Or being crushed by a tanning booth. Don't forget that one.
Or being cooked by a tanning booth.
What? That's pretty close to being lit on fire, I guess.
No, well, lit on fire, you're kind of just burning at a really high rate. In a tanning booth, you're being cooked, like, at a certain temperature for, like, a while. The fire can get hotter and hotter and just burn you and kills you faster, I'm pretty sure.
How did that one monk do it? Like, wasn't there a monk that lit himself on fire? Killed himself? And there's like a picture of him just sitting there on fire, and he like didn't move through the whole thing or something. Like, man, you put your finger on a stove and you're immediately like pull your hand back. How someone can be lit on fire and not move is, I don't know, ridiculous, crazy. A lot of people say drowning is bad, but
Drowning isn't painful. Drowning,
yeah, like,
I don't
I mean, drowning you'll eventually just pass out. Well, I guess you'd pass out if you're lit on fire too. Like, you'd be in so much pain you just would collapse. I don't know. Hopefully neither happened to me, so... I mean, I know how to swim, so I shouldn't drown anytime soon.
Okay, how about this? If you had to pick the way you died, what would you choose?
Probably just in my sleep. That seems easy. Just close your eyes and you're done.
But what if you had to choose a way that was painful in some way?
Painful?
Painful in any way. It doesn't have to be like extreme pain, but it has to be somewhat painful.
Well, I guess a bullet wouldn't be painful if it's like instant.
It depends on where you shoot it, though. There was this one kid I saw one time on Oprah because I think I was at my cousin's house in Palestine. They had Oprah on. I was like, okay, fine, I'll just sit there and watch it. There was this kid.
They get Oprah over there?
Yeah, it's
Jeez.
on channel. Anyway, there was this kid who wanted to kill himself, and he decided to grab a shotgun, point it at his face, shoot it. He basically was knocked down. He was dead for a little bit. Then he came back to life. And now he's fucking the ugliest thing you will ever see in your life.
Oh my god. You would say that.
Yeah. You could probably find him on Google if you wanted to, but...
Probably. I probably don't want to see it.
Yeah, I don't know. That would suck, though. Like...
I don't think I've ever heard anyone surviving a shotgun to the face.
Well, this kid did.
Was it like point blank?
Yeah, it was point blank. He aimed it right at his face, just shot it right to his face, and he survived.
Jeez.
So...
That's I don't know.
I guess that's God's way of saying he wants you to live.
Or Satan.
Satan wants you to die, though.
Or be extremely ugly and have to live the rest of your life that way.
Guess.
See? Pretty sure we live in the devil's world.
Sure. Anyway. Did you even hear how Paul Walker died?
Yeah, it was a car accident.
And he wasn't even the one driving, too.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
I just don't understand how they lost control, because it was his friend's car, and
It
his
was a
friend was a
Porsche.
driver, like a professional racer. So how he lost control
How do you
of
think
his
that
own
makes Porsche look?
car? Bad.
Makes Porsche seem like the worst cars ever.
I heard a nickname for a Porsche is like the Widowmaker, because they get in accidents a lot or something. Which is not a good
That's
nickname to have.
that's why I'm never gonna consider buying a Porsche. Like, aren't they like the cheapest supercar, quote unquote?
Uh, Probably. That Corvette, I don't know. If you
Well,
can
I
consider
consider
a
the Corvette a
Corvette,
sports car.
yeah.
It's not really a supercar.
Mm-mm.
I guess the Porsche is kind of like a super sports car also, but
I think it
I've
depends
always
on which one you get. Like the one he had would be a supercar. But if you get like one of the cheaper ones, it'd probably be more sports.
yeah, I'm still never buying a Porsche.
I think if the car is like 200,000 and up, it's super.
That's not what makes a supercar super.
In my
There are
head, it
luxury
does.
cars that cost more than 200,000, and it's not a supercar.
Well, in my head, it does.
The supercars are considered to be like cars that can go really fast, have really nice engines.
Whew.
Like the one like a Bugatti, like the Lamborghini,
Ferrari.
like the ones in GTA 5, like the ones they consider supercars, the ones that I don't know, the ones that what are they called? Like they can go really fast, they have good acceleration, good handling, that are above and beyond what a regular car can do. So
Mm. All I know is I don't own one. And probably never will.
you could rent one for a couple days and see what it's like.
I could win the lottery. Or move to
I don't know.
Singapore and be a millionaire. I don't know. Isn't Singapore in like the blah, 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 like the next to Indonesia and Malaysia and all those little
Yeah, it is.
islands? For some reason, I thought it was in France. I don't know why.
No.
It just seemed like a French thing. Like, ew, Singapore. That was a really bad accent. I'm sorry. I'm not. I can't do French.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't think you'd want to do French accent. I'm gonna type in worst ways to die on Google and see what they say. Uh, the 25 worst ways to die. Let's check this out. Or 17, whatever.
Only 8 off.
Worst deaths.
I'd have to say fire is number 1. Drowning number 2.
Well, there's one where your bladder can burst.
Oh, well, that's way more detailed than I was expecting.
Um, Apparently, it happened to one dude in the 16th century, where it was. But back then, it was rude to excuse yourself during like when you were talking to people in company, like at dinner and stuff. So he just sat there with his full bladder, and it exploded, and 11 days later, he was dead. So yeah. Oh, okay, there was a guy who got punched by a robot, and it was in a car factory, and A worker named Robert Williams climbed up on a rack to retrieve a part when the parts retrieval robot, enraged at this meat stack's defilement of his workplace, punched him in the head and killed him instantly. After the plant had closed, all of the other robots gave it up. Okay, that was stupid. Let's see.
Oh, it's probably bad to laugh, but that's funny. Punched by a robot, instantly died.
Steamed alive.
What, he get like stuck in a sauna or something?
Yeah.
Really?
In 2010, Russian finalist Vladimir I can't read that. Passed out after 6 minutes in the box at 230 degrees Fahrenheit. Was rushed to a hospital but died in the ambulance. The other competitor who was in with him was put into a coma for 2 months with burns over 70% of his body.
At
Wow.
32 degrees Fahrenheit?
No, 230 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, I was gonna say. These guys from Antarctica or something?
Flying
Were they
lawnmower.
Did you say they're Russian?
Yeah, Russian.
Oh.
There's a flying lawnmower attack. Let's see.
What?
A 40-pound remote-controlled aircraft shaped like a lawnmower rocketed it into the stands, mowing down Bowen and his neighbor like so much summer turf. He died 4 days later of his injuries.
A remote control aircraft shaped like a lawnmower.
Yes.
So it had like the blade underneath,
Yes.
and it just like ripped some faces.
Pretty much.
Like, what would you be
Well,
thinking if you saw a lawnmower flying at you? Like, oh, there's a lawnmower in the
if I
air.
had a sweatshirt on, I would take it off and then like put it above me so it wouldn't cut me. Probably the best way to do it, to
Yes.
avoid it or something.
These are
There was
way
a-
different than I was thinking.
Yeah, video game fatality where, let's see, one person, yeah. In 1981, 19-year-old Jeff Daly racked up a score of 16,660 points on the Arcade Classic Berserk and promptly fell dead of a heart attack. Huh. Okay. Cannibalized voluntarily. I think this is the one you shared. It's a German thing. Anyway, next one.
Well, the one I read happened just a few days ago.
I don't know.
Unless that's an ongoing thing in Germany.
There's a lava lamp explosion. Young Mr. Quinn was engaged in a bizarre experiment at his home one day when he placed his trusty lava lamp atop the burner of his stove.
Oh my god.
And turned on the heat to... Doesn't say. Maybe he was trying to get superpowers, but all that happened was the lava lamp exploded, sending shards of glass right through his heart and killing him.
Why would you put anything on your stovetop that's not a pot or pan?
Ew, what the fuck? Boned by a horse.
Let me put my propane tank on the stovetop. Let's see what happens.
That's gross.
Oh, I'm ready.
Boned by a horse.
Okay. Not ready.
Kenneth Pinyan was a dude in Enumclaw, Washington, who really liked horses, so much so that he'd sneak out to a farm at night and get it on with the horses. Let that sink in a bit. Unfortunately, during one of these times with Mr. Ed, he found himself with a perforated colon. What's that?
Colon?
Colon, yeah, colon. And ended up kicking off. Naturally, he refused to go to the hospital out of shame and ended up croaking, leading to a major investigation of him and his gross friends.
Then how did they find out?
I don't know.
I wouldn't go to the doctor either. That'd be...
Choking on a hot dog, rattlesnake, cat.
No, what doc? It was me and the horse.
Outside. There's a guy who died from a Segway.
How do you die from a Segway? Do you get electrocuted?
Okay, let's see.
There's no way the thing ran him over.
The two-wheeled scooter invented by Dean Kamen was supposed to be the most important invention of the 21st century, but turned out to be just a way for fat people to get around Las Vegas. When British businessman Jim Haselden bought the company from Cayman, it was a mystery, even more of a mystery why Haselden would ride his Segway off a cliff near his estate. I guess the shame was just too great. Well, if you rode it off a cliff, I'm guessing that's how you died.
I'd consider that more of just falling to your death, not being killed by the Segway.
Yeah. Head bashed in by a midget.
Segways were not as popular as people thought they were going to be. Prices are so expensive. Aren't they like a couple thousand?
Probably.
You can get a Razor scooter and go faster. I don't know. I'm not rich, so I wouldn't know.
So let's see. This person got their head bashed in by a midget.
By a midget.
Kibit bangs King Hussein of Jordan and gets bangs King. Okay. Born a midget. 23 years later, the cops get a call from the midget who says a tall Latino dressed like a Japanese ninja had broken in and attacked him and his mother. The midget had a tiny scratch on his arm, but Susan's head was caved in. Of course, the midget did it, but seriously, what a way to go.
Yikes.
These weren't painful. They were just stupid. Check out
Some of them sound
sites.
painful.
Oh yeah, well, some of them are painful. Some were just retarded.
I mean, that
Okay,
guy in
I
the
got
horse is gonna haunt me now.
a good one here, I guess. Falling to your death is number one.
Really?
I don't know. Second way is it's in nature, not in the wild. Worst 10 worst days to die in the wild.
I'm pretty sure falling to your death, you'd pass out on the way down.
No, you wouldn't. How would you pass out just by falling?
Because the speed you're going, I think, is
Well, it depends on how high it is.
like your blood in your head. Just, I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. Heat stroke, mauled by bears, drowning, poisoned by blue-ringed octopus.
What's a heat stroke?
Are you serious?
I know what it is. I'll just never experience one.
Stung to death by bees. That would suck.
Yeah, that would suck. I've never been stung by a
God,
bee, but
yeah, me
that would
neither.
suck.
Death by pine cone? How do you die by a pine cone?
What?
But
Oh
something
god, I think I already have an idea.
29-pound cannonball breaks from its branch and hurls. What?
Wait, does it give a
Giant
description on the pine cone?
Yeah, it's the giant pine cone falling from a limb 90 feet above the ground, accelerating at a speed of 32 feet per second, will land on the first.
That is not what I was thinking.
22-pound pine cone, apparently. Killed by a beaver? How do you get killed by a beaver?
You seen the teeth on those things?
Yeah, I guess. I want to find out the worst way to die is like ever.
I'm telling you, this is probably fire. It has to be. I'll look. I'll do some searches too. Worst possible way to die.
Starve to death. Adrift at sea. Fall into volcano. That would suck.
What if that's like the coolest way to go, though?
Plane crash. Oh, I wouldn't want to die by a plane crash either.
Yeah, that's why I don't get on planes.
Animals. Crushed to death. Oh yeah, that would suck too.
How do we know there's lavas in volcanoes, though? Like, what if you just fell down and landed on, like, a giant cushion and just partied with, like, aliens?
Die of embarrassment?
Is that possible?
Yes, it's possible to die from actual embarrassment when stress or anxiety rise, which accompany embarrassment. A surge of adrenaline enters the bloodstream that could kill you. It is for this reason that people can undergo a cardiac reaction from not just embarrassment, but fright or even a sexual response. But we're speaking of a different embarrassment. Too often, people are too afraid or shy to get treatment or seek help. Dying of embarrassment. Okay. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about during this podcast?
Um, trying to think. Okay, these have to be jokes.
Oh, I found the worst. I found the most painful way to die.
What?
It's alkali. It's an alkali bath. Basically, once you get the sensation of being burned alive, but the brain continues working for a longer period of time, so the victim feels each single burning pain that happens to the body.
I don't know. Suffocating. That's the same as drowning.
It is, kind of.
Not number one worst way to die, not being saved by Jesus. Get out of here.
I'm guessing that's a Christian website.
Get out of here.
Jesus is your savior. You know what would be another bad way to die? Even
What?
though it might not even be possible? Your stomach explodes.
Why?
I don't think
I,
that'd be possible, though.
I don't want that to happen. Could it though? Like if you ate so much that you were so full, could you
The
just?
reason I think it wouldn't happen is because your brain would just tell your stomach to throw up, and you just throw up.
That is true.
So I don't think it's even possible for your stomach to explode, unless you ate something. Unless you ate so fast that your brain didn't really have time to do it. But your brain always has time to do stuff. Even though it does take your brain 20 minutes to figure out that your stomach is full.
Really? Because I get full kind of quick.
That's why they say to eat slow. So in
I don't eat
case
slow.
I don't either, but that's why I say it's better to eat slow so you know when you're full. Because it takes the brain like at least 20
Who eats
minutes.
slow? It's like you got this plate of delicious food in front of you and you're just gonna take your time.
I don't know.
Like, get in my belly. Get in my belly. Oh, this is a good question. I just remembered it
What
because
is
I
it?
don't have an answer for it, and I'm pretty sure it's one of the toughest questions like ever asked.
Okay.
What is better, waffles, pancakes, or French toast?
French toast.
Really?
Yep. It's not even a question.
That is a
It's just
question.
it's a fact. French toast is better.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
If you compare the best French toast ever made versus the best pancakes ever made versus the best waffles ever made, French toast is gonna win every time.
Well, I'd put pancakes third. Like I love pancakes, but to me it's between waffles and French toast. Like,
I definitely say French
and not
toast.
the frozen waffles like Eggo, like a real
That's what I'm saying. I'm
like
saying if
waffle.
maybe like Belgian waffles or whoever makes the
Yeah.
best waffles, whoever makes the best French toast, and whoever makes the best pancakes. French toast will win.
I mean, I love French toast, but I love waffles, and I don't know. It's such a tough choice. But why not both? Like all that maple syrup and butter. Oh, I love maple syrup. Like I could probably drink maple syrup just straight up.
That would be disgusting.
I have to drench my stuff in maple. Like
I do it
drenched.
too.
It's good. Like thanks Canada. Maple syrup originate in Canada?
I was gonna
Or am
ask
I
you.
gonna sound like an idiot right now?
I don't know, probably. Anyway, I was gonna ask you about Call of Duty Ghosts. How do you like it?
How do I like it?
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's much to like. Um,
Have you played today?
oh,
No. There were people on Twitter complaining about the lag and stuff.
I've played it once in like the last week and a half,
And why don't you play
which
Grand
was
Theft Auto?
not yesterday, day before yesterday, and I played it for like an hour before I got mad and then quit. It's the stupid spawns. Like, I can't get over the fact that the spawns are so bad.
Is that really the only thing you're mad about?
The maps suck, but there's really nothing that can be done about it, besides DLC, and I ain't buying no DLC for that game. I can get over the maps, it's just the spawns are seriously worse than Modern Warfare 3. And I think I heard that whichever team is losing, the members of that team are more likely to spawn next to you and kill you to make the game closer. So it's not just like a one team doesn't get destroyed or something.
So Infinity Ward is still trying to figure out ways to help the crappy players.
I think. I don't know if that's true, but
If it is true, it'd be stupid. I'm glad
yeah,
I didn't buy that game.
I don't. Like, after playing Battlefield 4 for like the last week, it's Battlefield is the better game. That's a fact.
I'll buy Battlefield when I get my PS4.
Oh, you have to. Because a lot
I'm
of
not gonna
people
get
play it in the 30 frames per second, but on next gen it's in 60, and it's like a completely different game. So much better in 60 frames. It's just all around the better game. I don't care what people have to say. Pretty sure Ghost, or not Ghost, but I'm pretty sure Call of Duty is done. Well, they're not done because I heard Infinity Ward is signed on for another Call of Duty, so there's at
Treyarch
least
is gonna-
another two.
Treyarch is gonna save it just because of zombies.
I say just kick Infinity Ward out. Just leave it to Treyarch to do it. Be the only
That'd be
developer.
pretty tough, though. If they were gonna leave Treyarch only, then they would have to make it an every 2 years type of game, not every year.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's what Battlefield does, and I'm cool with that.
No, they don't.
Yeah, it's one every 2 years.
They come out with a shooter. EA comes out with a shooter every year.
Yeah, but Battlefield's every 2 years. It's like Battlefield and Medal of Honor, Battlefield. The Medal of Honor's done now, so I don't know what's coming out next year. Unless they got some new... Well, I guess Titanfall is their next one, so...
Oh,
I don't know. But I'd rather it be Treyarch. Just mess with it from now on. Like it's just like what I've been saying. Like every Infinity Ward game gets worse over the years, and every Treyarch game's gotten better. So
You know
keep
what they need to
going
do?
that way. Treyarch's the better one.
Then you know what they need to do is make Sledgehammer and Raven Software do like a multiplayer Call of Duty, and then let Treyarch focus on zombies. Because if Treyarch just focused on making a single like zombies game that had like 10 or 12 maps at launch, and then they could keep doing DLC and stuff, that zombies game would be epic. Everyone would like it. It would be amazing.
Well, they could probably break off. I mean, they have their own zombies department. Just have their zombies guys branch off. I'm sure they can make a complete game.
They could. It'd be an
And
awesome
then
game
the rest
too.
of the people at Treyarch can focus on the main
Because
game.
a lot of people, the only reason some people even buy Treyarch games is just for zombies. They don't even play multiplayer at all, ever.
Yeah. I mean, I
The
don't really
zombies-
care for zombies, but
And, well, I think if they did make a zombies game by itself, they could make it better by like adding new game types and making zombies better and different. Make it more than just surviving.
well, yeah, that's why I get so bored of it so quick. It's just same thing on new maps. Like if they added
That's-
new game types or vehicles, it made it
That's
bigger.
what they
then
tried to do new game types in Black Ops 2
They
with
failed.
Turned and what was the other one?
I forgot what it's called, but I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, the one where there's two teams and you have to try
Yeah.
to survive. That one wasn't that fun to me.
I don't think Turned was bad, but I don't think it was as successful as
Nobody
they thought it
liked
was
it.
going to be.
Nobody
I thought it was
liked it.
fun.
Nobody liked it. Like after it came out, there was like maybe 200 people playing it. Less than that. A couple hundred, like at any given time, were in that
I thought it was
playlist.
fun for like the 2 games I played of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the only time I played it was with you and Cerberus, and then
Yeah,
maybe
that's the only time I
one
played.
time, and maybe one time after that, and that was it.
I just wish they'd make it bigger. Like, make the maps huge, add vehicles, like, just make it big.
The very last map they did for Black Ops 2 called Origins That map was awesome. It was amazing. They added 4 new wonder weapons. They added new guns like the Scorpion, a new LMG. Uh, it was a great map. Probably one of the best maps they've ever done.
I've seen a few streams of it when it was released, but I've never played it.
If you should, if you want to, you have it for free. You can get it whenever you want because I gave you the season pass. That's a good map if you want to try it with me. If you want to.
It looks more open, which is what I want in a
It
zombies
is.
map.
It's pretty good.
I don't like the close quarters. Let's
It
get
is
stuck on
difficult.
a wall.
It is difficult at first, but that's what makes it more fun is the difficulty of it. It's like it's not one of those maps that you can just figure out like within a couple games and then you're already good. You can go a circle wherever you want to go. You actually have to because there's these like boss type characters like the ones from Mob of the Dead, but they're more powerful and they can grab you. And if they grab you and they like get to you, they just shoot you with a flamethrower and kill you.
That
It's
sucks.
pretty awesome. But yeah, it's a great map. And if they do a map like that one again, then they will blow it out of the water. I don't know. If they can do maps like that one every time they release a DLC, then it'll be awesome. I can't wait for the next Treyarch Call of Duty.
I like the maps in Black Ops 1 better. The zombie maps. Like, I thought Kino was really good.
Oh,
And I
I like
liked
that one. I
Ascension.
like that jungle one too. The one they had in Black Ops
Shangri-La,
1.
or
Yeah, Shangri-La.
I didn't play that one, but I saw people do the Easter egg on it. It looked pretty good. I just really liked Ascension, but I just wish they didn't have those stupid monkeys. Wish they would just kept it with the dogs.
That would have been boring.
Monkeys that steal your perks or whatever.
The better and more dynamic they make a map, the better it is. Like the more like they make it difficult, like and they add new stuff to each map, like different things for each map. That's what makes the map unique and better, in my opinion. Like if they just made every map the same, there's different map layout and different whatever, like stuff like that, it would be boring. Adding new things to each map makes each map unique and better, and that's why people like zombies. Like some people like zombies more than Call of Duty itself.
I mean, adding stuff's fine. It's just like the bosses I don't like. Like, what was is Mob of the Dead the one where you're in the prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one boss too that like walks around. Like, I don't
He's
like
not
that
even
stuff.
he's not even that hard to kill though. He's a lot easier to kill than the one on Origins. The one on Origins is a pain in the ass. If you don't have good guns by the first time he comes, then you pretty much are dead.
I think what they need to do is make it fully customizable. Like, just choose what you want.
You mean like custom zombies?
Like,
On
boss,
PC?
no boss. You want dogs, monkeys in the map, and just let you customize settings.
But then they would have to have different
I
leaderboards
think
for
that'd be
each.
cool. And have it count towards your leaderboards.
No, they would have to make a leaderboard for each
I don't
type
know.
of customizable
I'm
game.
not very into the zombie thing. Or not up to date with it. I think they could sell it if they made it a
They definitely
game on
could,
its own, though.
because they have plenty of companies that could work on Call of Duty. Sledgehammer, Raven, Infinity Ward,
Whatever.
Neversoft. What else?
I believe
had-
Neversoft are the guys that made Extinction for Ghosts. I think they're the ones that
I'm not sure.
I think they worked on that. I haven't played Extinction yet, and I don't really care for it.
I don't know.
There's so many zombie games, though. It's crazy.
Yeah, but Treyarch knows how to do it right. Most of the time.
I guess. I mean, you got Dead
Well,
Island,
Dead Rising-
you got
yeah, Dead Rising-
Zombies, Dead Rising,
Well-
Left 4 Dead.
Dead Rising 3 looks amazing though.
Oh, come on.
I've seen people play it. It looks
Come
pretty cool.
on.
It's not a good game if you like.
Zombies look so dumb. They just stand there.
It's not well. It's not really supposed to be one of those games where you're supposed to like try hard at it. It's more like a casual, let's beat up some zombies with these cool weapons kind of game.
But see, that's kind of boring to me too. If they just like stand there like derps. I mean, I know they're zombies. They're not like scientists. But
Can't you change the difficulty or something?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
Pretty
Into
sure
it.
it gets harder as you go.
I mean, it
Like
looks fun, but I don't think it has that much replayability to it. There's one game coming out on PS4, which is an exclusive, by the way. I forgot what it's called. But it's from the people that made Dead Island, and it's a zombies game, but they're adding parkour to it, and I forgot how they described it, but it sounds really interesting.
People who made what? Dead Island.
Yeah.
Dead Island 1 was a good game. I would have kept it too if the saving actually worked.
Yeah, I remember that game had problems.
The saving feature never worked, and I had to replay like a bunch of times because I thought it would work after a while, but it never did, so I just returned it, got Resistance 3 instead.
Rest in peace, Resistance series. Rest in peace. Insomniac Games said they're done with it.
Oh, they did? Okay. I'm not surprised.
Well, if they would have stuck to their original formula, they changed it too much. If they would have kept the mechanics the same as the first one,
No, they just didn't do it. They just didn't do enough with it.
They went the Call of Duty route and they shot themselves in the foot with it. I missed the first one so much. Only because that was like the only game I was actually good at. Such a good game. I could have went pro if that game was popular.
I don't know. The reason that it didn't go probably wasn't like a pro thing was because it was only on one platform.
Yeah. If it was on Xbox, I'm pretty sure it would have been a pretty successful game overall. Like, it was really fun, and it really didn't have any problems that I remember. I don't know. I loved it. I was really good at it. Not to sound cocky, but I was pretty good. The team I was on was pretty good. I remember we did a game battle, and our one guy went like on a 20 kill streak against an undefeated team. It's like, okay. We beat them, and then they disbanded, so...
What?
Game battles. That's how it was back then.
You beat them and they just quit?
Yeah, that's like how it was. A team they'd form, and then like the second they got their first loss, they would delete the team and then make a new one. Because they just couldn't handle having a loss.
I don't like people like that.
That's why I stopped playing like competitively, because people just took it way too seriously.
Oh, you know how... Yeah, people do take games too seriously sometimes.
It just wasn't fun anymore.
I don't know.
Then I played casually and started to suck at every game I played. Woo! Except Call of Duty 4, I was pretty good at that game. But every game after that, I'm pretty bad at. I'll admit.
I don't know.
Except I'd wreck you in a 1v1. It's party in the USA.
We should play tonight.
We should play Miley Cyrus tonight.
Fuck that. Miley Cyrus, okay, we can talk about Miley Cyrus for a second. She's fucking crazy. I don't like her at all. She was a lot better when she was Hannah Montana. Like, she could have dropped the Hannah Montana thing and just went Miley Cyrus, but why'd she have to do all this stupid shit that she's doing now?
Attention.
She had attention. She had plenty of fans that liked her and liked her music. Still don't understand why she had to do this.
All I'm saying...
And I actually thought she was good looking and hot at the time, but now she's just fucking ugly and weird.
Yeah, all I'm saying, long brown hair, bring it back. Okay. Mm-hmm. Short blonde thing. Doesn't work for me. not my thing. Just not my thing. It's got to be brunette. Just has to be.
Yep.
It's just like the law of the land. I mean, the Pilgrims, they said so. I think. Maybe. Katy Perry all the way, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I think we're good on this
Probably.
episode.
It's definitely been over an hour at this point. But you just gotta add on. You gotta make up for the last couple weeks, you know? Some
Which is your
little...
fault, not my fault.
What? How's that my fault?
Because you're never on Skype.
I'm always here.
No, you're not. It always says you're offline. And I even told you to get on Skype during your live stream like last week, and you said, "What is Skype?"
That was like 2 days ago.
Okay, yeah, 2 days ago, which was, yeah.
Yeah, and I got on the day after.
And no, you didn't. It was the day after.
Shut up.
Anyway,
Making me look bad.
it's the point.
Whatever. You're just out to tarnish my image.
So I don't have to do much.
Hmm?
Nothing. Okay, we're
You don't have to do much.
done.
Mine already dressed like a banana, so... Pretty much embarrassed myself, but I don't care. Who else dresses up like a banana? You tell me. Hmm?
Brian Griffin.
The dog?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? He's dead, and I'm not. So boom.
And guys on Halloween. Some guys on Halloween.
Well, that's originally where the costume came from. It was my Halloween costume. And then one day I was just sitting there. I'm like, you know what? I could do something with this. So I did. And then history was made. And then I walked the red carpet. Yep. Last part didn't happen, but one of these days you'll see me on the red carpet with Katy Perry. Seriously though. One of these days. Would you give me a high five if I high fived her?
Sure.
Hmm?
Sure, why not?
Exactly. Exactly. One of these days. Telling you. Telling you. Alright, we should probably end it.
Probably
So I'm
should.
just gonna start saying random things that don't make any sense whatsoever. Alright, so what's this? Episode 31?
3.
3? Oh god, it's only number 3. It feels like so many more, but it's not. Okay. Episode 3 is done. Over. Finished. So, yeah, I don't know when the next one will be out. Hopefully this time next week. Unless Corrupted decides to disappear again.
That was you!
It wasn't me. If anything goes wrong, just blame Corrupted.
Or blame the guy that
Hashtag,
doesn't go on Skype for 3 weeks at a time.
hashtag Corrupted's fault. It's always your fault. Alright, I think this is done. So, adios, goodbye, sayonara. How do you say bye in Japanese?
I don't know.
Me neither. Bye. That's my version of it. And we gotta end it in a British way because I started in British. Alright, we'll see. We'll talk to you later.